level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. अविचारकृतो बन्धः विचारेण निवर्तते तस्माद् विचारो कर्तव्यः. All the problems are because of incomplete thinking. We all think, but our thinking is only one-sided. It is, what is the one-sided thinking and complete thinking? One example will make it clear. Without examples, this cannot go in. One more example for this example. I was in South Africa and we had a retreat in the Holy Shepherd's Retreat Center, Christian center. About 20-25 people. It was all managed by the blacks because it's a black country. And there was one white man. So I told our organizers, I said, you tell them if anybody wants to come and listen, they are allowed free, no charges. So this white man, he came and he used to sit in front and listen. Then we used to go for a walk, nice area to walk. So he used to come. And he used to ask one after another question, no end to the question. So I used to reply whatever I could. Third day, he saw people were coming and doing namaskar. So he asked me why they are touching your feet. I said to wipe their hands. No, there must be something else. I said, this is the way they express their respect and reverence. Oh, it's like that? Yes. He also touched. Then he said, you are my Jesus. I said, please don't crucify me. Crucify. Let me survive. Let me be what I am. Then he said, do you know why I told you? We used to go for a walk in these small hillocks. Jesus also used to go like that. And people used to ask him questions. And he has never answered any questions except he told stories. You have done the same thing. You have not answered a single question of mine. But for every question there was a story. See, the truth is not this or that. You have to infer by the message that we get through these parables. See, one of our book is there, Meditation Through Parables. See? Therefore, how this knowledge should happen to us. So for that I'll tell you a story. Because our thinking is incomplete, avichara kruto bandhaha vicharede nivartate. Now what is the incomplete thinking? So now this is a KG1, KG2 classroom. So I sit here. And in the center, I'll keep one kettle, 2-3 cups, one flower pot, and some animals, and make the 12 students sit in 12 position, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I tell them, now this is your examination. You have to draw the picture. There nobody can do any copying because everybody has got a different angle. See? In Bihar it happened. Only one student was declared pass. All others were declared fail. So they complained. We have all copied his book only. How come he only passed and we did not? So the teacher said, everybody's question paper was different. His question paper he has answered. You have answered, not your question paper, somebody else's. See. So when the children were sitting like this, there was no possibility of copying because everybody has got a different angle. So they did it. After that was over, he said, okay, time over, put down your pen. Then he said, now we will evaluate. So pass on the paper of 12 o'clock student to 3 o'clock student. 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 1 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 1. Like that pass on. They pass on. Now you evaluate whether they have done properly or not. And after you have evaluated, don't show to anybody, give it to me. All of them brought. I said, okay, I will now read the result. I have not done anything, you only have done. Okay? Yes. Every student, wrong, 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 wrong. How come everybody is wrong? I said, I am not done anything. You only did it. So they were all frustrated. I said, let me try. And then I did the same thing. And I declared, yes, all of you are successful. Very happy. But how come this happened? Others have said that I am wrong, but you are telling I am right. How it is possible? Now be attentive. The 12 o'clock student was having ajnanam, incomplete knowledge, how the whole situation looks like. So he was obsessed with one direction. He is not able to understand from all standpoints. This is exactly what happens in our life. What is the misunderstanding and fighting between this dumb husband and wife? Standpoint. See, every time I am right. No. Even a dead clock is right twice a day. See, friends. Now that I, the teacher, when I saw that, I have a complete vision. Therefore, I know from what standpoint this student has drawn the picture. See? So, 12 of them and I am the 13th. Now, among this 13, whom you will call as wise? The individual student or all of them put together or me? Think. All the problems are only because of this incomplete thinking. We are unable to peep beyond the obvious. See, friends, then in small little things we get lost. We are not able to see the life in its whole totality. And therefore, etar sarvam kena bhaved sava kasmad avapyate tatra kim va nidanam syad advaya etadvada nrupanandana. So, Brahma Rakshasa asked, kindly tell how this right kind of knowledge, understanding, discrimination, all these things, how can it come? See? Please tell. So, the teacher now, that means this, what do you call this, Rajkumar, the Nrupanandana, he says, देवतानुग्रहात् सर्वं भक्त्या साहि समाप्यते निदानं सत्संग एव शृणुत्वं ब्रह्म राक्षस. No, देवतानुग्रहात् सर्वं भक्त्या साहि samapyate. This right understanding and wisdom can come only by the grace of God. Now, what is the grace of God? One more story. I was somewhere on the banks of Narmada Ji and in some small ashram, and there was small village nearby. So the children were coming from the school and I was watching them. There was one mango tree. So the children, they wanted to pluck the mango. Some of them tried to throw the stone, could not, gave it up. Other student tried to jump and catch it, they could not, because they were small, gave it up. Then one student, he tried, he could not reach the mango. Then looking this way, that way, what to do. And then he somehow wanted to climb the tree so that he can get it. And when he climbed halfway, he slipped and fell down. I was just watching. And again he tried and looked around. I said, hey, wait a minute, I am coming. And then I helped him and he got the mango. I have seen all of them. Am I biased that I help only this child and not others? For me, all are equal. But the last child put forward efforts. God's grace comes in our life if we put efforts. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthakvidam vividhascha pruthak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam sharira vang manorbhiyat karma prarabhate naraha nyayam va viparitam va panchayate tasya hetava. See? Whatever we are doing by body, speech, mind, in that 4 factors are our contribution. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthak vidam vividha cha pruthak cheshta. Effort you have to put. And then daivam chaivat, then the God's grace comes. See how important it is. This is what we have to understand. Otherwise, God will take care. He has got better things to do. See? Devata nugrahat sarvam. And how it can happen? Bhaktya hi sa samapyate. Bhaktya. We must be devoted to whatever we are doing in life. And devotion comes from within. It doesn't come from outside. That which comes from outside doesn't last. Another example. One boy and girl, they came and say, Swamiji, we wanted blessings. I said, what great thing you have done. Why should I give you blessing? He said, Swamiji, I said, come on, tell. We have fallen in love. So I said, did you get hurt? He said, no, Swamiji, we got married. I said, that is what is going to hurt. So, when love is an action, like upasana is an action. See? So, गंगा गए तो गंगा दास, जमुना गए तो जमुना दास, घर में है तो देवदास. So now these days latest is Ganpati Bappa Moria. I am receiving unlimited number and various kinds of Ganeshji. One Ganeshji is digitalized. You go and do namaskar and then he stands up and does. गणेश जी also must be surprised. ये क्या हो रहा, मैं कब उठा? So now Ganesha, 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 Ganesha. Then come Durga Mata. So it is called as Vyabhichari Bhakti. Vyabhichari Bhakti means what? We work in the government, but we are devoted to our family, not to government. We work in any company, but we are devoted to our family. So working for somebody, devotion for somebody. So that that working for somebody is an action subject to change. See? But when we serve our parents, elderly people, there is not an action. And therefore, when the love is an action, we fall. And when love is an experience, like the mother has love for the child, she does not love the child as an action. And therefore, mothers do not fall in love, they rise in love. And the young useless boy and girl, they fall in love and they die early. मर गए. देवतानुग्रहादेव सर्वं भक्त्या हि समाप्यते. We must have sincerity in our devotion to the Lord. We must ask from God. चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम जना सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. Begin with artha. From that only the word arti has come. Arti means constantly crying. Artha, feminine gender is arti. Arti. Why your name is kept Arti? I don't know, Swamiji. Maybe my mother was doing Arti. I said, that is not the meaning. Arti means you are constantly crying. See? So if you have to cry and ask, go before God. Don't go before another beggar. Slowly, the God becomes important and other things become secondary. Therefore, when the love kindles in our heart, it is a freedom. It is not a bondage. Bhaktya. Love comes from within, not from outside. Devatanugrahat sarvam bhaktya hi samapyate. And whenever you do anything born out of devotion, it will never be a burden in life. It cannot be a burden. And that devotion ultimately leads where? Jnani cha bharatarshava. Then we come to know that whatever is being done, it is only the expression of the divine, and therefore, jo thari raha so mari raha. Out of slow evolution, we come to this point. We delete ourselves and he takes over. Devatanugrahar sarvam bhaktya hi sa samapyate. Now, nidanam satsanga eva. And where do we get this knowledge? Only in the satsanga. See, friends. Satsanga is the highest spiritual practice. You may miss anything. Never miss satsanga in life. It's so important. So, nidanam satsange eva shrutam brahma rakshasa. Now, ka devata cha samprokta ka cha sa bhakti ruchyate santashta ki drusha prokta vadayeta nrupanandana. I had told all this yesterday because this is very important. I am repeating. Ka devata cha samprokta. Now, what is that devata and what is that devotion and santa ki drusha prokta and what are the Santa Mahatma kindly tell. Devata sya jagadhatri bhakti stat parata uchyate. Devata is Jagadhatri. Now here also I told you there are three genders and all the three genders are applied to the Lord. Vedanti call Brahman neutral gender. Here it is Samvita or Jagadhatri, feminine gender. Yogis call Atma, masculine gender. Meaning what? For our understanding, waking is the masculine gender. Waker is masculine. Dreamer is a feminine gender. Deep sleeper is a neutral gender. All three are supported by the same reality. See? Therefore, Devata sa Jagadhatri, this Paramatma is the Devata, and Bhakti Tatparata Uchyate. So what will be the devotion to our own self? Only proper understanding. See? Like Rahu grasta diva karendu sadrusho maya samachhadanat sanmatra karanopasamharanataha yo bhut sushupta puman swapne jagrati vaya esha purushaha. See? We have to again and again remember this. See? When we are out of the deep sleep, we can start inquiring and finding out. Our existence does not depend on the gross body and subtle body. We are independent of that. And therefore, this is the ultimate in our life. So once we are convinced of this, then Tatparata, this is the ultimate for us. Tatparata means ultimate for us. Then only we will work for it. And the best part is, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to gain anything. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Relax. Either here or some other chapter, probably in the 17th chapter, this Hemachuda was sitting for meditation, and his guru wife came. And she also sat next to him on the bed, and he was doing meditation. So she hugged him. What are you doing? You are again getting involved in this relative world. Meditation. So she started laughing, giggling. You only taught me all these things, and you yourself are falling down. Wake up, rise. When the food is not digested, it comes out from the wrong end. See? So, when she was laughing, he said, why are you laughing? Look here. What do you get when you close the eyes that you lose when you open the eyes? Think. If you want to know the secret, I'll tell you. Space with movement is air. Wherever there is a movement, there is samsara. Where there is no movement, samsara ends. So, my eyes are moving. Then what is happening? Dekho suno. But no movement. Mat bolo. You are living in divine care. Lead a normal life. We don't have to become abnormal. While taking food, enjoy food, talk to everybody nicely, everything be done. Don't disturb. Meditation in progress. पता नहीं progress के regress है. All the time frustration. Therefore, देवता स्या जगद्धात्री भक्ति तत्परता उच्यते. And once we have clearly understood this, bhakti tatparata, so we are devoted to ourselves. We are self-oriented and not selfish. When selfish life begins, samsara is established. When we are self-oriented, we remain in the samsara but never become the samsari. See? Padma patramivamvasa, Bhagavad Gita. Devata sad jagadhatri bhakti tatparata uchyate. Then santaha shanta dayavantaha. Saints are those who are shanta. See? That day we went to this PG temple. So the one who was singing bhajan, he told me, Swamiji, you can start now. I said, all right. I said, no. Abhi no shuru kar. Then he was continuing. So that time, what was going in my mind was, I said, now here I got option. I become angry. Or I enjoy this. See? It is in our hands. See? If I am not disturbed, then nobody is disturbed. If I am disturbed, then everybody will get disturbed. And then only I go on talking. देखो सुनो मत बोलो गुस्सा करो देखो महाराज spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary, remain ordinary. Therefore santaha shantaha, saints and sages, they never consider themselves to be extraordinary. See? But don't simply go on writing the thing, दासों के दासों के दासों के दासों के चरणों की धूल के दासों के दास. That means das means mosquitoes. mosquitoes. देखो, Bombay language, das means mosquito. So, santaha shantaha, they are at peace. It is so important, my friends. This is the simplest spiritual practice. If you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. If you are at war with yourself, you cannot be at peace with the world. There was a girl and her father told, okay, you are asking me, we'll go for seeing that animation movie you wanted to see on a big screen, we'll go. Okay, evening when I come back. Now the girl is excited. By mistake, dad has told her that he is taking. And the whole day he was a total failure that day. Everywhere he got kicks. And came home totally frustrated, dejected. And the child was excited to go to movie. That movie I want to see. The moment, Dad, I am ready. Now let's go for the movie. Finish your tea, coffee quickly. Movie. Now that child thinks, what happened suddenly? Because he was not at peace with himself, he is not at peace with the world. देखो, संत महात्मा मेकअप करके नहीं होते. .com लगाओ, कुछ लगाओ, देन माला, रुद्राक्ष माला, स्फटिक माला, हाइब्रिड माला. You know hybrid mala? Today everything is hybrid. Working is hybrid. See? Children are hybrid. See? One brand, other brand. Therefore, santaha shantaha, remain at peace with yourself. Is the highest spiritual practice. And then dayavantaha. See? we have to demonstrate in our life. That demonstration is important because we are all, according to Darwin, descendants of monkeys. Monkeys can only imitate. If you tell the monkey, please don't take the glasses like this, people, do you think understand it? See? You go to our Vrindavan. If the eyes can be detached, they will take the eyes away. They take the glasses away. But now they have also become digitally aware. Now they don't bother for glasses. They take the phone from your hand. Earlier, you give them 1 or 2 fruits, they will throw the glasses. Now they don't want fruits. They want those small drinks, that tapioca, various drinks, they want. Not 1, 2. Bargain. See? So we are all the monkeys. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, Yad yada charati sreshtaha tat tadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. We have to demonstrate in our life, then only our children and people are able to follow us. Santaha Shanta Dayavantaha. We have to tolerate, accept it, okay. Then, next question. Sada bibheti ko loke, sada dukkha paropi kaha, sada dainya yutak ko va, vada etad nrupanandana. Sada bibheti ko loke. Who is all the time afraid in this world? I am afraid, I am afraid. You must have seen this statement. Everything they are afraid. I am afraid I can reach there. I am afraid I can do this. I am afraid I am alive. So, who is all the time afraid? Mahadhani sada bhitaha. More the money you have, more the worries you have. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tataha sukhaleshat satyam putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti sarvatraisha bhitariti. All the time money, money, money. So, mahadhani sada bhitaha. You will see all these useless actors, they are bodyguards all the time. Afraid somebody will take me somewhere. Mahadhani sada bhitaha. Dukkhi bahu kutumbavan. See, in Bombay language, kutumba means wife. तुम्हारा कुटुंब कैसा है? ठीक ही है यार. बहु कुटुंबवान. He who has got more wives. These days there is one movie going on in India. हम दो हमारे 12. बहु कुटुंबवान. So, Dukkhi Bahu Kutumbavan. Here what is meant that do not create too many relations around you. See? Otherwise, you unnecessarily keep on adding problems. One of the important message you can get from Bhagavad Gita is the same is applied in our country also. Arjuna's problem was not anywhere except he has to deal with the relations. And we are all miserable only because of relations. See? तो क्या करें? डाइवोर्स ले ले? No, उससे कुछ नहीं होगा, दूसरे कर लोगे. That is not a way out. Then we have to draw a line, thus far, not further. Don't get involved in anybody's life beyond limits. So important it is. When a child is born, only child is not born. mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, nana, nani, dada, dadi, mama, mami, anta, auntie. See? So many of them born. And out of them, only the child grows. Others remain the same thing. See? One old mother in Bangalore, she complained, it was my fault I went to her. I said, Amma, how are you? Fine, everything. Swamiji, you tell my children, they don't listen. I said, really, they don't listen? Call them. And the children was called. First child came, retired brigadier. What can you do? See? अब कब बड़े होगे? बड़े हो जाओ. See? Therefore, dukhi bahu kutumbavan. Don't get involved in your children's life. Only up to a particular limit. Thus far, not further. You have to draw that line in your life. Before the children have to tell, Mama, will you please shut up? See? It's so important. But unless we tell how our children will, grandchildren will know, do they want to know? See? Therefore, bahu kutumbavan dukhi, then asha grasta sada dinaha. Asha grasta. All the time living in expectations. See? If this happens, it will be good. Whatever is there is enough. We have to have contentment. Only can lead us to freedom from dinata. Dinata means what? Yesterday also I told you. Dinata means a notion. I have, but I wish I had some more. That kind of mindset is called a dinata. That means what is there, we are not thankful to God for that. But it should have been little more. See? So, asha agrastaha sada dinaha. Such people, they can never be happy in life. See? All the time. You can see the beggars. Whatever they may get, they present themselves in such a manner. सुबह से कुछ मिला नहीं क्या? बहुत मिला है और चाहिए. In New York, there was one old lady sitting on a footpath. In one hand, there was a fishing rod, and in other hand, there was a glass of water. And that hook with the bait was kept in that water and sitting like this. Another useless lady passing by. I think she is mad. She doesn't understand what she is doing. So out of daya, compassion, gave $1 note. And then to talk something. Since morning, how many fish you got? He said, you are the 10th. How beautiful it is. This is what you are. Do not carry the burden of the world on your head. See, they will sleep because of deforestation. Then further, Asha grasa sada dinaha shrutvam brahma rakshasa. Further, nirbhaya ko bhavel loke nirdukkhaschapi ko bhavel adinaha sarvada kasyar etad vada nrupanandana. Now the 102nd verse. Here the teacher says, kindly tell, in this world who is fearless? One question. Ko bhavet loke and dukkhi naha kaha. and who is free from all the miseries of life. And the third thing, Sarvada Dainyashinyako, and who he doesn't have any time of this dinata, a sense of incompleteness. Please tell. These are the three, four questions. Now Rajkumara answers, Nirbhayaha Sangarhitaha. See, who is fearless? Upanishad says, Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. Wherever there is a sense of otherness, following things happen. Number one, desire. Number two, anger. Number three, fear. See? If we go to some unknown place and there is darkness, we have fear. Fear is not that of darkness. Fear is if someone else comes. Even the imagination of otherness is the cause of fear. See? Therefore, Nirbhaya Sangarhitaha. Remain with everybody, but don't get entangled with anybody. This is what our Mahamantra is. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. What we are doing? We are inviting happiness. Oh, happiness, please come. Happiness, please come. And what we are doing? Oh, miseries, go away. Go. Though both of them don't listen. See? That means don't seek happiness and don't run away from the miseries of life. This Upadesh is given by Bhagwan Sri Krishna to Uddhav ji in Bhagavad Mahapuran in the 11th canto. When Uddhav ji asks, Sir, please tell me, how should I live after you go? So Bhagwan said, this is the Upadesh. Don't ask anybody to come, don't ask anybody to go. Don't praise anybody, don't condemn anybody. 4 instructions are given. And then he said, because when you invite somebody or you discard somebody, when you praise somebody or condemn somebody, you have given a status of reality to that. Will you invite or condemn the mirage waters? Will you praise or want the mirage waters? No. Because you have not given a status of reality to that. See? While we were listening to this Vishwandarpana Drishyamana Nagari, in the car I think we were listening. So that time this thought came. All the spiritual practice can be 100% understood only by this first verse. See? Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivod bhutam yatha nidraya yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. Now this example which is given, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. Now analyze this experience of yours. When we are standing in front of the mirror, what is our understanding? There will be 2 types of understandings. One understanding is the reflection of the fire in the mirror will not burn the mirror. One understanding. If there are more objects to be reflected, it is not a burden for the mirror. If all objects are taken away, it is not a loss that there are no reflections. What will I do? No, no loss. One. Is it not our experience? Has waking and dream ever added anything to me? Has the deep sleep and samadhi ever taken anything from me? I am the same. Then what is the position of this whole experience? Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam. So we are that infinite divine mirror in which this world of relative existence and multiplicity is reflected. Now this one, again, go within. We think, I think I am seeing you, you think you are seeing me. Both of us are wrong. What I am seeing is light reflected on the body, what you think you are that. I am not seeing you, only the reflected light. How important it is. And even the reflected light I am not seeing. I am seeing the image of that reflected light on the retina. And therefore, if you are 100, there is not a burden on my eyes. Oh God, इतने लोगों को देखना है, भारी हो गया. Because it is like a reflection. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam. See? In today's world, these digital thinking should help us to understand it. Now this tab, when we were, my earlier tab somebody wanted, so I got a new one. I don't know what kind of people are. They want my laptop also. So I want your laptop. Funny thing. Jadoo hai kya usme? No. Then I said, I'll remove all data and give. Don't take my personal data. So, when we are searching, I said, look here, don't spend unnecessarily money. Take a minimum size. And we can add all of the chip. And then we can increase the storage. Baki mujhe kuch nahi hai. So earlier, suppose it was, let's take 150 GB. And weight was, let us say, 500 grams. And suppose I added another card, SD card, 512 GB. Will it increase the weight? अरे बाप रे इसका इतना आ गया. See, in the same manner, we are all electromagnetic personalities. When the memory is full, what does it mean? When we delete the data, what does it mean? Even the deleted data can be recovered, is it not? Because it was never deleted. Think. The more we slowly and steadily understand this, it will become so simple. See? Nirvayaha sangarahitaha. We are essentially unattached. Attachment is an illusion. Attachment is not reality. We are not attached even to our own body. See, childhood, when we were children, no child wants to continue as a child. He is all the time dreaming when I am grown up. Now we Buddha, we say, see, जब थे हम छोटे बच्चे, नाम हमारा होता डब्लू बबलू, खाने को मिलते लड्डू. Who oldly say, children don't say this thing, they want to grow up. In short, we are not attached to our body also. This non-existing entity called attachment is making us miserable. Therefore, Nirbhaya Sangarahitaha. When I was in Mumbai, same question, Swamiji, you are staying all alone, who is helping you? Is there somebody to come and help? Yes. Oh, very good. Who is coming? I said that there is one fellow, Swami Anubhavananda, he comes and helps me. Sometimes he cooks also. Therefore, Nirbhaya Sangarahita. There's such a joy in life, man. Even if you want, you cannot be miserable if you have studied Vedanta. See, after having studied Bhagavad Gita, you have lost your right to be miserable. Now you cannot become miserable. मरने भी नहीं देते, बिल्कुल नहीं. ना जीने की तमन्ना, ना मरने का इरादा. टाइम पास हो रहा. निर्भया संगरहिता निर्दुःखः जितमानसः. He who has conquered his mind, he can never be miserable. Now what is the conquering of the mind? Bhagavad Gita. Everything is there in Bhagavad Gita. Jitatmanaha, same word here, Jitamanasaha. Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha shitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamanayoho. Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkheshu Jitatmana. Now this is such a basic principle. Everything in this world is existing in complementary opposites. Everything except Paramatma. This is how the world is. Now what can you do? Only one option. Accept cheerfully or accept miserably. See? Now it is only happening in Australia. All other countries, they have removed that. When you enter the country, they give you some form to be filled and you have to reply yes, no, yes, no. In other countries, now in USA, in UK, all places they have removed that. It's nowhere. They just see your passport and go or don't go. So there we are given a choice. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. In the same manner, when we were thrown in this world, in the immigration, we were given a form to be filled in. First of all, welcome is given. In Washington Dulles Airport, which is in Virginia, when I go there, I really enjoy that place. You know why? They have written the scroll, welcome to Virginia, in different languages, Swagatam, etc. And welcome to Virginia is written like that only, but in Hindi. You know what is written there? Welcome to Virginia. So that must have been, translation must have been given by Bengali. Welcome to Virginia. So when we were coming in this world, Narayana gave us welcome, where anityam asukham lokam imam prapya. You are entering this temporary but permanently miserable abode. You are welcome. And a question is asked, do you want to be miserable? Options are given, yes and no. You have a choice. If you choose to be miserable, Bhagavan will say, Tathastu. And then special force will be engaged to provide you all the miseries in the world. Why God, you have asked for it. What can we do? You ask. Miseries we can attribute to somebody or something. We can. But we are all miserable by our choice. You choose to be happy. Even God will fail to make you miserable. Therefore, Nirbhayaha Sangarahitaha Nirdukkaha Jitamanasaha. And how it can be done? Through wonderful understanding. This world is made up of these complementary opposites. Joy, sorrows, health, disease, birth, it is happening. It's common for everything. Like, the traffic rules are common for everybody. Is it a burden to anybody? Common for everybody. In the same manner, joy, sorrow, gain, loss is common for everybody. So why we should feel so bad about it? See, then what should be done? Follow the rules. That's it. And when something is for everybody, it is not a problem. See, like all married people, they have got husband and wife. It's common to everybody. But what happens? You take the husband and wife as vyakti, as individuality. Don't take them as a vyakti, individuality. Take them as accident. That's it. See? Therefore, nirdukho jitamanasa, then jnana dneya tu adinatma. Jnata dneyas tu adinatma. He who has known that which is worthy of knowing. Now what is worthy of knowing? Bhagavad Gita. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. Ahameva vedya. Vedya means worthy of knowing. Jnata dneya. He who has known what is worthy of knowing. And what is worthy of knowing is only your essential nature. It doesn't matter anything else. See? One person asked me this question. Swamiji, this Yoga Vasishta spoke, but in that Yoga Vasishta, there are stories about Arjuna and all that. And Yoga Vasishta was written during by Valmiki Ramayana, by Valmiki Maharshi. So how can he go? So who is the Vyasa and all that? I said, look here, I am a glutton. I am interested in eating. I don't care who has created. Friends, if you are studying scriptures, don't go into academics. If you get into academics, you become erudite scholar and get lost in that. Never be academic when you are studying scriptures. Otherwise you go on, how it is possible? I say, I don't care. I am interested in eating the mango. किस पेड़ का होगा? अरे यार मारो गोली खाओ ना. Therefore, jnata dneyatu adinatma. He who has known his essential nature, he will never be Deena. See, the stories come when the Rajkumar comes to know that he is the real Rajkumar and not a thief. The story is there like that. Some thief have stolen one small baby of a king earlier days, and that boy was brought up among the dacoits, and then when he became strong enough, then he attacked his own kingdom, his own palace, and there, to cut the story short, he came to know that he is the owner of that whole thing. Will he continue to attack? In the same manner, when we discover this is our essential nature, we cannot be Deen. Thoda aur de do. No, enough is enough. So, Jnata Dneyatu Adinatma Shudatum Brahma Rakshasa. Further, Durlakshaha Syat Kohi Loke Videho Drushyate Kaha Nishkriyascha Kriyakasyar Vada Etan Rupanandana. See now here, Durlakshaha, where it has gone? Durlakshaha Syad Kohi Loke. Who is he who is difficult to recognize? Durlakshaha. You can't recognize that fellow. Durlakshaha Syat Kohi Loke. Videho Drushyate Kaha. And who is Videhi? Videhi means, although he is living in the body, but he is not living in the body. And Drishyate kaha, and Nishkriyascha kriya ka syat. Although not doing everything, yet he is doing everything. What is that? Please tell me. So, the Nrupanandana says, Jivan mukto hi durlakshaha. You cannot know who is a Jivan mukta purush. Never get into any controversies about Mahatmas. Any Mahatma is a Mahatma for us. These days you might have come across, there is going on that, the Shirdi Sai Baba is such and such, he is so and all that thing. Let them continue. We don't have to get involved in anything. As long as you are benefited, that's it. Therefore, Jivan Mukto hi Durlakshaha. Why this happens? Because their value is going down. Dollars are increasing. Rupees are falling down. And therefore they start all these things. See? Jivan Mukto hi Durlakshaha. Therefore, never take a chance that we disrespect anybody in this world. See? Simply talking Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. No. If we are walking spiritual path, we are not going that way which will create disturbances in our mind or in the society. Therefore, Jivan Muktaha hi Durlakshaha. If you see, for example, the life of Eknath Maharaj. Eknath Maharaj, when he was a child, 8 or 9 years, he was so much intensely seeking the truth. He left his house those years, more than 400 years before, as a child of 8 or 9 years. And he walked, no roads, no nothing, no transport, and went to his Guru. And after living there for quite some time, Guru found now he has become mature enough to know the truth. So he says, I am going somewhere, you come there and do something for me. Okay, come there after some time. So Guru Maharaj goes there. They were on the fort. And there Guru Maharaj is sitting with one beggar and with all rags and all that. The disciple goes. So he is told, go and milk that bitch and take the milk of that bitch and this roti, dried one, put it in something, make a thing, and you bring it. We have to eat that. When he sees that, immediately something happens. Then his Guru tells to Bhagwan Dattatreya, don't frighten him, he is very sweet, nice boy. Please, reveal your real self. Then Bhagwan Dattatreya reveals his original self, but he presented himself as a beggar in rags, with meat and dogs and all that. See, friends, we must not have any that kind of feeling towards any person in this world. God can come in our life in any form. Like in my house. How I live, I will decide. I may have the wedding suit and then go to sleep. Or I may have the bathing suit and sit on the dining table for lunch. Why do you like? My house hai, kuch bhi karenge. Same way, Bhagwan, you can do anything. Let us not get carried away by this thing. Therefore, Jivan Mukto hi Durlakshaha. We are not here to evaluate anybody. Those who are lost in that kind of dharma, let us not get involved with that. Then, videho dehavanapi. See? Dehavan api, although like for you and me, he is functioning in this world, and yet he is beyond the limitations of the body. Meaning what? Pashyan api nacha pashyati. Although seeing, he is not a seer. Although hearing, he is not a hearer, etc. Therefore, videho dehavan api tat kriya nishkrayasya ukta. And such a master, whatever he is doing, it is as good as not doing anything, because he is not the doer. See, karma is action plus the sense of doership is called as karma. When he has no doership, no karma is born. In this manner, tat kriya nishkrayasya ukta shrunutum brahma rakshasa kimasti kim nasti loke ko atyanta asambhavi bhavet etavad ukta nrupate mochaya druta agrajam. Now the last question he asked, I am taking little more, is it okay? Another 2-3 minutes, so the questions will be over. So, kimasti kim nasti loke. What is and what is not in this world? What is the existence, what is non-existence? What is kimasti and kim nasti loke. Ko atyanta asambhavi bhavet. And what is most impossible thing to happen? Ko asambhavi bhavet. Etavad uktva nrupate mochaya drutam agrajam. Only these two last questions you tell me, and then your brother will be liberated. I won't eat him. See? Now that Nrupanandana says, Drugasti nasti vai drishyam. Drug, experiencer is, but the experiencer doesn't exist. See? Colors and forms are only because of the vision. If there is no vision, colors and forms have no existence. Mind is the reality behind the sense organs. So if there are no sense organ, mind continue to exist. Behind the mind is the intellect, the I principle. If I is there, then only joy, sorrows, gain, loss. And behind the I is the Chetana, the life principle. And behind the life principle is this Chiti Shakti Shuddha Chaitanya. In this manner, when we start migrating, then we understand what is and what is not. See? Drugasti, Drushyavai nasti. And Drusham Vivaharo hi asambhavaha. See? And therefore, conducting the business of life is impossible. You cannot make anybody happy in this world. You need not make anybody miserable in this world. Don't struggle in life. See, if somebody is miserable, don't disturb his miseries. Why? We belong to democracy. Everybody has got a right to be miserable. Tathastu. See? Otherwise, somebody is miserable and we go, oh, it should not happen. No, it should not. But the husband says, but I am not miserable because my wife died. Why are you miserable? It is not necessary that when the wife dies, the husband is miserable. Not necessary. But we make him dukhi mano. Therefore, don't get too much involved. Atyanta asambhavi vivaharaha. See? Like we cannot do, improve, change anything in this world. Be yourself. Asambhavi. Etaduktva drupate moche drutam agrajam. Having told me this, then you will be liberated. So drugasti nasti vai drusham vivaharo hi asambhavi uktametad brahma rakshaso muncha madbhataram vratam. And after having told this, that vivaharo hi asambhavi, there is no possibility of any vivahar, any conduct you cannot do. And therefore, I replied, relieve my brother. And with this, now the story takes another turn. What it is, we'll see in tomorrow's concluding session. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय वशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।